Hey nerds! Welcome to Catty Comic Book Bitches.
Today we're reading Batgirl and the Birds of Prey, issue 3.
Get ready, nerds! So, this issue is what I've been waiting for it to be since Rebirth. I had a lot of problems and was extremely grumpy about the Rebirth title. I was kind of grumpy about issue 1. Issue 2 was okay. This is what I've wanted. We have organic dialogue between the birds. We have them like fighting, but for real reasons. We have each of them very clearly characterized. We've spent more than 2 seconds on Dinah. Barbara looks like a goddamn fucking adult. This is what I wanted. This is what I've been wanting and waiting for.
This was a good issue.
Like, it's not the best, but like,
it was a good issue though.
It made me excited and laugh and interested in a way that they just haven't been doing so far.
Yeah.
So like, this is...
No, absolutely. Solid.
If
solid is the word.
Solid is definitely the word.
Yeah. The cover was the nicest they've had so far, I think.
Yeah.
It was really solid, and then the alternate cover was probably the worst they've had. So...
But the main cover...
The main cover was really nice. Really nice cover.
We didn't have any weird, wonky art moments with Barbara.
The art is still just journeyman at best and super awkward a lot.
Like, there are scenes which are so... or shots which are so good.
Shots which are really nice, but then for every really nice shot, there's one shot where Frankie's eyes are going this way.
Or Siniche looks like she's like half...
Clayface.
Yeah.
It's overall really mediocre.
It's just, it's not singing to me, and the panel design, panel flow, it's nothing special.
It's nothing that I've noticed it.
Yeah.
Like, there hasn't been a moment where I was like, oh, that panel's doesn't fit with the others, or there hasn't been a moment where I was like, wow, that flows really beautifully. It's just kind of like basic panel setup, which I'm not gonna say is a complaint. But there are hundreds of comics with basic panel setup that are fine and good and comics.
But when you combine that with our myriad of complaints about the inconsistency in the art, it's...
Yeah.
Makes it... I make a face at it.
Visual design-wise, this is not a special comic. It's incredibly mediocre, actually.
But the writing is finally caught up to itself, and I think the acting part of the comic, like... facial expressions and body language with each other has finally caught up.
It's starting to get,
It's gelling nicely. Like, the entire issue is worth it for Helena's...
She was just on point.
Face.
That panel. And I really liked her characterization in that one fight they had, the big fight.
Yeah, where she shot... what's his face?
She shot... Was it Copperhead?
Probably. Or Cottonmouth. Cottonmouth. One of the snakes.
I don't remember who it was. I'm a bad comics fan.
Snake.
She shot somebody, and which was very in character, and it was good, and it was a nice fight because, you know, Barbara's like, I don't kill people, and she's immediately like, well, I just saved your dad's life, so get wrecked. And then they have another second part of the fight, which is them trying to get her not to go, because, you know, she's offended that Barbara's angry at her, which I'm really conflicted about. The first part of the fight was really well written. You know, Barbara gets mad, this is not how we operate, and Helena's like...
Someone's happy! It's you, Barbara. It's you, Barbara.
That was really good. That was a really good scene. And the second half of the fight, I'm just so on the fence about because the ending line was really good. I really liked it. The ending line, it's Helena is just like, you guys are used to getting left behind, and she turns off. That was a really good line.
See, to me it felt like unnecessarily harmful.
I liked that though. I feel like it should be unnecessarily harmful.
Okay.
Like, she's a rough around the edges character.
Okay, so
I feel like
it was on purpose that was...
Yeah.
Because, like, that was a like 9 out of 10 insult, like, I am trying to fuck you up right now.
Well, that is an insult.
Well, it's not like Dinah's gonna punch you in the face for that.
Yeah, but no, it was
Like, but it was like
I think it was
a
intended.
9 to 12 for what was at most a 6 fight.
Yeah.
Like, this was not...
I feel like it was intended to be really vicious, though.
Okay.
Because I feel like I think it was good characterization for her, because she's pretty vicious, and going for the jugular like that kind of shows she's not used to having friends.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I took away from that line, and I really liked it. Like, it was a fight that was kind of like, we could get over this, but she escalated it really, really quickly.
So if she wants to come back, she's gonna have to apologize, not for the fight, but for that line specifically.
I liked that they had that line be so vicious. It was a good line. I really, really liked it, but the setup for it was so incredibly only there to set up that line.
Yeah.
It was so awkward. It was so unnatural. It was so forced.
What was it?
It was,
No, what was it like? I can't believe.
it
was something like, you know, my mom left us.
My mom left us, and my mom died, and it's like, why are you just admitting this to her, like,
yeah, like,
out of
she's
nowhere?
very clear that she gives no shits about your life. She's still wearing a mask around you all the time.
That is not the kind of thing you just admit to someone you've known for, what, a day, who you were enemies with for like half that time. Enemies with half that time, still don't really trust. Like, you trust enough to work with her, but not enough that you like her. That's not something you just, hey, by the way, in a, at most, 6 fight.
Yeah. Like, this isn't a 7 out of...
If this was a big fight and you were winding down and it was something relevant to family, it would make sense to admit those things.
But, like, not...
But not in the middle of a, this is not how we operate squabble.
Yeah. Like the squabble that they have literally every issue. Like, there's no reason to suddenly... Okay.
The line itself was so good and the setup for it was so bad. So I'm conflicted about that. But I liked that they tried.
Yeah.
I liked the character development it's getting us, even though it was awkward.
It was awkward, but like we're getting there.
But we're getting to see how they are distinct from each other really clearly.
Which is a really important thing for this book because a portion of your readers aren't going to be familiar with everybody, and Birds of Prey, like this lineup, hasn't been together in forever.
Yeah.
So like, we gotta.
It's really important that they're doing that, and it's really good to see how they're very different people, which gives us a stake in how they work as a team.
Yeah.
It's not interesting to see a team work together if you don't know who they are as individuals.
Yeah. And it doesn't need to be high conflict, but there needs to be something to make them working together interesting.
Yeah.
And in Detective Comics, whatever, the big family takedown comic, what makes it interesting is that we've got so many people, so like worst case scenario, just bring Clayface and have him be awkward. But in such a small book, like we need them to play off each other.
It's really important who they are and how they interact.
For all that, some of the writing is awkward. You know what's not awkward?
The narration and the captions and subtitles. It's the fourth wall stuff.
So good! Yeah. Safe House, aka Schmafe House.
I forget exactly what the line was anymore, but you were expecting an Italian restaurant. Even mobsters love margaritas.
I love that.
I actually lost it. Like,
she was really loud about
we were
it
sitting across the room, and like she's sitting there. You were reading Wonder Woman, I think, right?
Yeah.
And you're just kind of quietly reading, and I just. It was
so good.
It was a really good line. It was
good. The mobster, like, oh, hey, you can't interfere with Sanctity of Taco Tuesdays. Like, so good.
It's so
honestly.
good, and the character design for that guy. As much as I bash the art, their character design right in that moment was perfect because he was so Godfather-y looking, like old school gangster,
like a
mobster guy saying
flower.
Taco Tuesdays.
This is the secret comedy book of DC right now. Everyone expects Harley Quinn to be funny, but actually, this is about as hilarious. Also, you pointed out the design of Snake Lady.
Snake Lady. I don't know.
Snesbian. And
Lady Viper is her name. I don't know if that's new to this. I was gonna look it up. I was gonna look up if she's a pre-existing character or not. I don't know. Tell us. But either way, her design is great.
Tell me about every time that Snesbian has kissed a man.
Whether it is new to this series or not, but I think it is because she feels like a one-shot villain.
Yeah.
Honestly. But like the thing where she turns into a snake and then she has like sneaky-looking legs, where like she changes, really neat
and practical
and good design versus like her bra shirt, less great. But the snake and legs thing, good character design.
I like that they're fighting a gang of snakes. Birds eat snakes. Birds of prey eat snakes.
I hate comics.
I like the backstory we're seeing of Dinah because she's been purposely in New 52 like not talking about it.
Yeah.
This Dinah is following right on the heels of New 52 Black Canary. So it's been interesting to answer some questions, not all the questions, and see her grow.
Also just well done. They were nice flashbacks. I wish in the first issue when we were talking about our like 5-second history of Batgirl, it would have been really nice if that was done a little more like this, honestly.
Yeah.
Like this is much better handled. I understand why that wasn't, because they had one issue to set up a ton of things.
So much stuff.
They didn't have time for flashbacks like this, but I do hope we get more flashbacks like this.
We have to, because there's stuff that you haven't learned yet.
For all the girls.
Oh, for all of it? I want to see this for Helena.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what moments are formative for Helena.
Yeah. Bertinelli.
I
I want to see more flashbacks like that, and I want to see them for all the birds. I want, just to get a better feel for them, like if we're gonna do the formative history thing, which they're apparently going for, because like they touched on it really quickly in issue 1, and they're definitely doing it now. I'd really like to see them go for that.
Yeah.
And like kind of spread evenly. I want this to, I know it's Batgirl and the Birds of Prey and we're going after Oracle, but I want it to be an even keel. You know, if 3 members of your team, you might as well make them reasonably the same level of main characterness.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like Detective Comics where you've got 80.
Part of me is really hoping that maybe in a year or 2 we'll bring in some other birds.
Yeah,
but that's
nice.
like if this survives.
That's a down the line thing. The only other note I had, just story-wise, the pacing was much better than it has been, I think.
Yeah.
I don't really have a lot to say about that, but just
complained about that enough for previous issues that no, this actually worked well. The interjections with the flashbacks have been well.
They were well timed. The flashbacks weren't too long. Nothing felt like it was either rushed or spent too much time on.
Yeah,
which they've had problems with. So like, it was an improvement enough that I noticed it. Where I was like, oh, like I think I was midway through it. I was like, actually, the pacing of this is going really well. It's really fluid. That's nice.
Kells the breeze.
I don't mean to be patronizing about it, but it was good.
Like, it's good to see that.
It's good to see.
Complaints have been largely awkwardness, not failure or incompetence.
It's nice to see that they're improving, rather than staying where they were or getting worse. God, we just hate that series so much.
I couldn't find words so I could.
Don't support. Note for everyone on everything: don't support media you have issues with,
because then
they keep making that kind of media. So, Batgirl and the Birds of Prey, issue 3, actually very solid, huge improvement. If they keep going the way they're going, I could really get invested in this series, which would be really nice.
I actually actually really invested in the next at least 2 issues so I can find out what Fenice is rising from.
Yeah.
Like, that was such a good reveal
That's-
that, like, Fenice means Phoenix, and she picked that for a reason. It's like, I want to see what happened. Oh my god, it's Helena's mom. Guys, I spoiled it for you, I'm sorry. This has been Cat and Comic Book Bitches.
Later, nerds.
Ruining Birds of Prey.
I'm apparently really ruining it if she's right about this spoiler. Like, we actually ruined something for real. I really hope you're right now, just so we can actually
I'm so sorry.
ruin something.
Bye.